Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am James Acevedo, along with Wolfgang. What is your last name, Wolfgang?
Farrow.
Farrow.
Yes.
Okay. It's not like Will Farrow. It's
No,
Farrow.
Pharaoh.
Yeah,
F-E-R-R-O.
like a pharaoh.
Yes, like an Egyptian.
Yes, you go, Farrow. Yes, this is a demo show here. We'll see what happens here, and we're just going to wing it and see what happens. We'll talk about sports and other garbage that's going on. First, let's. I'd say we start off with David Wright. With the Mets because they offered him, I think it's like $140 million for 70 years or something like that.
I think it's 7.
7 years, right?
Yeah, I think so.
For 140.
Yeah.
I have mixed aspects of it. I mean, first of all, everyone knows I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm a baseball fan too.
Yes.
You know, I'm like one of these guys that everything's Yankees and screw everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm not that type of douchebag like these other fans.
Yeah.
So give me your intake. What do you think? Do you think the Mets offer too much? Do you think they should, trade him?
I'll be honest. I think any baseball player makes too much money.
Well, true.
You make it, what is he, 7 years for 140? That equals what, 20 million a year?
Yeah,
something like that.
Equals a lot of freaking money.
That's a lot of money
yeah, 20 million.
to play baseball. And don't get me wrong, I get it. Like, you're a professional athlete, you travel, you're away from your family almost the entire year. Baseball season's a very long season. I get it. There's always a risk of injury. I mean, you're a human being. Anything can happen at any moment. I get that. But to give someone $140 million for 7 years, don't get me wrong, he's a productive player. He's been the Mets, one of the top players on the Mets for years now. I mean, the Mets have been kind of in shambles, but he's always been productive. He's always found a way to at least try to win a game for them. And, I mean, to offer him a contract like that, I mean, to me, it's fine. You're pretty much saying, hey, we have faith in him that he's going to be productive for an X amount of years now. Apparently 7 years, that's what you're offering him. You have a feeling that he's going to continue to produce. He's going to either get better or he's already plateaued, and that's what you think he's going to do. Then go ahead and sign him for that on a year. I mean, you got rid of Reyes. You sent him to the Marlins. He's now in Toronto. But
oh boy, he got screwed.
Yeah,
I'm laughing about that.
I mean, you got rid of Reyes. I mean, they got rid of Santana too, I believe, right?
No, he's still with the Mets.
Oh, okay, so he's still there.
Yeah, he's still with the Mets.
I mean, they have the players. It's just they can't find a way to play together. I feel like that's the problem. I feel like they know what they need to do. It's just executing. They can't figure out how to do it.
Yeah, it's the whole management thing. Ever since this Bernie Madoff thing is just.
Yeah.
I mean, their whole history in general is just. I mean, think about it. They've never had a Met player, especially coming from their farm system, that stayed with them the whole entire career.
That's true.
Think about it. Tom Seaver, they traded him to the Reds. Darryl Strawberry, free agency, went to the Dodgers.
Yep.
Doc Gooden, we all know because of the drugs. He got sent in exile, and then the Yankees picked him up, and et cetera, et cetera. It's just they just have a bad luck. There's something going on. It's like a hex on the organization.
Maybe it's the curse of the Bambino, but it switched New York teams.
Yeah, it's the curse of being horrible and they suck. And maybe it's the curse of Flushing Bay. I have no idea, but it's just horrible. I mean, who would have thought? Real quickly, Jason Bay. I mean, when they signed him a few years ago, I was like, oh, this is a great signing.
Yeah.
And anyone thought he was going to suck this bad? Nobody.
I didn't think he was going to be this bad.
Yeah, especially came from Boston, and he tore it up in Boston.
Exactly.
One of the hardest markets to play in, especially in baseball. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And then he just totally...
He fell off.
Yeah, and it just... I mean, did people say, was it because of concussions he's had?
Yeah.
But he
But no, because he had concussions when he was in Boston. He still played.
What? Yeah, exactly. I just don't understand. It's just horrible. But I feel this way about the David Wright situation. I think it's a good thing because you need... a face of the franchise. But then I also understand why some fans would say, well, we're not going to win in the next year or even the year after that, or maybe even the year after that.
Yeah.
Maybe you should take that money, put it in getting prospects, maybe trade them, get prospects, and just go from there. Because let's be honest, you're going to win in this division next 2 or 3 years anyway. So I can see both sides of the argument. Gun to my head, I would keep Wright, but Dickey, I would try to move him somehow.
I might keep Dickey.
I know. He's 38. I love him. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love the whole story. Blue collar, I love it. I mean, I rooted for the guy the whole time. Great guy. But then you think, okay, well, will he replicate what he just did? I know he's a knuckle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing.
You don't want him to be a one-hit wonder.
Because he's a different knuckleball pitcher. Your excuse. Bless you. Or whatever. Oh, there's a cough button my way, I think.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Very good. Strike one. No, just kidding. So it's like, yeah, I mean, Radicki, he's a different type of knuckleball pitcher because he just floated up there like a dying butterfly. He actually
there's speed on it. There's speed and movement on it. Yeah,
that's why he was basically so successful because no other ball player saw it. A hard throwing knuckleball. Like that.
No, definitely not.
So, like I said, boy, to be a Met fan must be hard. I mean, my brother's a Met fan, and I can imagine. And he only became a Met fan because what fan I was, he was the opposite.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So he blames me every day. Says, thanks a lot. If you just went the other way, my life would be so happy right now.
Yeah. But if you were the Met fan, I'd be the Yankee fan.
But so like I said, gun to my head, I would definitely have sign back Wright if he takes that offer. Now you would think 7 years for 140. I mean,
I'd take it.
Yeah, I mean,
I would take half of it.
Let me. Yeah, he's an all-star, but he's not a superstar.
No, of course not.
I think Ivan Longoria is better than him. Mm-hmm. I think even Zimmerman from the Nationals is better than him.
I think the Mets need to call the Nationals and figure out a way to try to learn how to win.
Yeah, right.
Look what the Nationals did last year. I mean,
until they choked that game.
Dumb move shutting down Strasburg, but I mean
that was stupid. Real quickly, wait, come on. I mean, wasn't that stupid?
I think it was a complete dumb move. Completely stupid move.
I mean,
why would you do it? Yeah. He's your best pitcher.
Yeah,
he's the reason you're winning games. Don't shut him down.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's a young man, but see, this is the babying of the society nowadays.
I feel like it's the same thing the NFL does with quarterbacks.
Oh, so stupid.
But that's what the Mets need to do. They need to call Washington. Say, hey guys, how do you win games? How do you do it? And then the Nationals will just be like, look, we sucked for a while. Now we figured it out.
Yeah,
here's the keys to success.
But you know why? Because they build up with their farm system.
Exactly. The
pitching. Yeah, well, bingo. That's what it is.
That's the problem.
So that's the problem with that, and that's what it is. And especially in their situation, they are in the same city where the Yankees play, and you see every year they're in the playoffs. Every year, it must be horrible for them.
It really has got to be. I mean, they built you a new stadium.
Which is a real nice stadium. I don't know if you've been there.
I haven't been to Citi Field.
Oh, I love it.
But I mean, I obviously seen it on TV and stuff. I mean,
of course.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
And you're not producing.
Now, this is a Yankee fan talking, and I've been to both, obviously. And I say if both teams were good, where they could draw crowds, I would think that stadium would be a louder stadium than the new Yankee Stadium.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't doubt it.
Because that new stadium, I mean, I'm 39 years old, and I've been in the old stadium. I still miss it to this day. Because what I don't like about the new Yankee Stadium is like a mall with a field in it.
Yeah. I've been to the new Yankee Stadium.
Don't get me wrong.
It's nice.
Spaces. That's a word. It's spacious.
Yeah.
And everything, but
I felt like the seats were really small.
Yeah, depends where you sit.
And I was like, oh, I love baseball. I can't breathe.
Yeah, some leg room here, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
But I mean, like you said, it's more of a mall. It's more of a look what we have on the outside.
Hey, we have a butcher shop in left field,
Yeah, exactly.
A butcher shop.
Yeah, what do you need a butcher shop when you watch a baseball for?
I mean,
just go make me a burger and bring it. I'll pick it up.
I do like. I know we're going over the place, but what the hell? It's a demo show. Who cares? But I like the spacious of it. Did I say it wrong again? The space.
Yeah, okay. Spaciousness.
The concourse you could see as you walked. I love that.
Yeah.
Same aspect of Citi Field. I love that. The thing about it don't have that aura to it. It don't have that where the stands were on top of the field like the old stadium. Where teams were scared to death to play. And, it doesn't have that same aura. I don't know. Just maybe because I'm an older guy and I was in the old stadium. I don't know. It's different. I love the fact that it replicates the old stadium with the facade.
Yeah, it almost looks exactly the same.
Yeah, it almost looks exactly the same, but it's just I don't know, man.
See, I've never been to the old stadium.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. When they tore it down, I was still mad.
Oh yeah,
I was mad, and I lived in Florida at the time. I was still mad that they were tearing down Yankee Stadium.
Look at that.
Yeah, but I've heard the same thing from like older people not even older people, just people that were able to go to the old Yankee Stadium as opposed to the new Yankee Stadium. Everyone says the same thing. You know, the old stadium was a lot better.
Yeah.
It was more. The atmosphere was better. It was more in your face. You were quote unquote closer to the players. It seemed like you were in the game, and now as opposed like you're watching the game.
Yeah.
So.
It's like there's most of these new places, man. All the bougie people sit up front and real fans. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
like the real fans
are all the way up on top.
The real fans are priced out, or they're all the way on top.
Yeah, and all the people that have the hundreds of dollars to spend on a ticket or all the way in the front
crazy.
hanging out with Jeter. I don't, Jeter's cool and all. I don't need to sit that close. I'll sit back and enjoy myself up top with the real fans. The
bleacher creatures,
yeah,
out the outfield.
The ones that go out there, work 40 plus hours a week, spend their hard-earned money to go to a game.
Exactly.
And said, I don't want to sit with the guy who sits in an office, dressed in a business suit all day. If you wear a business suit to work and you're not making a lot of money, props to you. Go ahead. But I don't want that guy that's sitting in the corner office with a great view of everything who doesn't really do anything. He's there just to watch over people. I don't want to sit next to that guy. He's not a true fan of baseball.
Yeah, I understand. That really does bother me. I mean, I can go on for hours about this because it's just everything's about money. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it's been a business since day one, but it's just it's not about the fan no more. It just really isn't.
No, I feel like sports has lost that. All sports in general, almost.
It lost that connection to
with
the
fans. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
definitely
just totally different. I don't know, man. It's just different. To me, if I won't pay that much money, hundreds of dollars or even thousands to sit, it better be a World Series game.
Oh, of course.
Other than that, it makes no sense.
Why would I spend that much money on a regular season game?
I know,
especially at the beginning of the season where games kind of, I'm not going to say they don't matter, but I mean,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
They don't really count as much as the games mid to late season.
Yeah.
I'm not paying that much money to sit up that close.
No.
For what?
Yeah.
So I can watch these guys. I could watch them from up top.
Yeah, especially you see these guys, they spend all their hard-earned money, and what they do. Let me look at my phone.
Yeah.
Did they even watch it again?
Let me send a tweet.
Yeah, or they're waving. If they're behind on plate, they're waving. They're calling their douchebag friends. Hey, I'm on the Look at me. Look at me.
I'm on SNY.
Yeah, it's Game 7 of the World Series. Yeah.
Ugh,
I swear to God, if I ruled the world, it would be a scanning thing that's programming your skin. Or they test you like, okay, you're a fan? Let me give you a few questions.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. Oh, you don't know? Get out.
Yeah.
Real fans only. That's
or
how it
even
should
if
be.
you get in and we see you on TV, we zap you.
Yeah. Or you know how like they get rid of somebody if they do something stupid.
Yeah.
Like if they throw something on the field.
Yeah.
Like, if you do something like this. Oh yeah.
You're behind home plate on your phone going, look at me, mom, I'm on TV.
Yeah. Get out. Okay, let's upgrade some real fan down there. Yeah.
Oh, what are you? You're all the way in the 400 sitting.
Yeah.
If you sneeze hard enough, you're gonna fall back off the stadium. Yeah, you come down and sit in front.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on. But like I said, I could go on with this forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the bottom line with all this, if you kept score, everybody, is that I feel they should keep David Wright, but get rid of Dickey.
I can see that. Well, I mean, you could get a valuable player for Dickey.
That's what I'm saying.
So I can understand that. That makes sense.
So you would you? So what do you think? I mean, you kind of.
I'm kind of 50-50. I mean, I might
dancing,
keep. I might keep Dickey because you don't want to get rid of him and then he goes somewhere else and produces, and then you look like an idiot because you might get a player who just. Bay.
Well, it would be a trade.
Another Bay.
It would be a trade, though.
Yeah, of course.
Because he still has 1 year left to go before he could really be a free agent. Same thing with David Wright, actually.
Yeah.
Because they picked up his option.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a player option or a team option, but I think it was a team option. But they have to offer him something. Because what happened with the Reyes situation was horrible.
Yeah.
But I don't feel sorry for Reyes because, Mr. I want to go to South Beach. And look what happened.
They sent him to Toronto.
And
I'm on owner, boy. Oofa. I mean... Talk about screw everybody.
Yeah.
But, we'll get into that some other time. Okay, and now in the next segment, since we're going to a break, we're going to be talking about the Knicks and the Nets and talk about both of their games tonight as well as their Monday game matchup. So here I am, James Acevedo here with the Wolfgang. Back to you after this. Hey, it's the Ace Man, James Acevedo here with Wolfman Jack here, Wolfgang. Wolfgang Farrell.
Yes, sir.
So now we'll jump on to the hardwood here. I mean, we're not going to play basketball, but we're going to talk about it. The Knicks and the Nets. First of all, let's talk about Monday's matchup.
Went to overtime.
Yeah, went to overtime.
Yes.
Good game. I saw it from beginning to end. I don't know if you were working.
I caught the last couple of minutes of overtime.
So how did you Did you like the atmosphere?
It was a great atmosphere. Yeah. I mean, I think that the new rivalry is awesome.
Yeah.
The problem I had was I felt that they played Anthony too long.
Well, yeah,
but he looked just completely dead by the end of the game.
Well, that's because I mean, to refresh, they played the day before, and that Monday game was a makeup game for the start of the season because of Hurricane Sandy. So back to back, and he played. I don't remember because I didn't see the game Sunday. I heard bits and pieces. I don't know if he played just as many minutes as he did Monday.
Yeah, Monday he played 50 minutes.
But Sunday I don't know if he played as much or close to it, but you can see why.
Yeah, I mean, of course, back-to-back games in any sport.
I mean, he wasn't even on the bench, and the whole game he basically played, and I think that's why his free throws were horrible.
Yeah.
Because all he had to make was one more freaking free throw, and he would have been fine. I mean, look at this. Yeah. He scored 35 points, 13 rebounds, And I think he only made 9 free throws out of 13 or 14.
10 for 16, you went.
Oh, 10 for 16. Okay. So, if he just had one more free. Think about it. You had no Jason Kidd, which, by the way, he won't play tonight because of his
still have back spasms?
Yes, back spasms. But what's his name is going to play? Brewer, because he had a dislocated finger during the game, but he's going to be able to play tonight in Milwaukee.
So that's good.
So, yeah, but it did, I think, factor a little bit that Jason Kidd wasn't in the game. But at the same time, even without Jason Kidd, they still almost won the game.
Yeah, they did.
But that's because I'm sorry.
I feel like it was Carmelo Anthony and Chandler, though.
Oh, Chandler was awesome. 28 points, 12 for 13.
Yeah.
Even though most of them were putbacks and dunks, but it counts either way.
Points are points.
But it should be a stat, like I was saying this yesterday. It should be, okay, this was actual shooting. Mm-hmm. This was dunks. You know what I mean?
I feel the same way.
You know what I mean?
They should separate them.
I mean, I'm not like a hardcore statistic guy. Mm-hmm. I just go for what I see more than what the stats are.
Of course.
It should be, well, he didn't really shoot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He dunked the ball for rebound, offensive rebound, or whatever. But whatever. It is what it is. And the MVP of this game was Reggie Evans. I mean, in 18 minutes, he got 14 freaking rebounds. And I was screaming at the TV, you got 3 Knicks right there. And Evans is getting them like no sweat.
No one wanted to block him.
Yeah. They didn't box out nothing. Nope. Frustrating as hell. And Lopez, 22 points. Mm-hmm. And those 2 keys, and with Williams, you know, he was a big key, especially towards the end. I mean,
he
got
had
a couple
16 points.
Yeah, I mean, those were right there. Mm-hmm. I think Evans was the main key to that whole game. And this is the Knicks' problem. The age is already shown already.
Yeah.
It's not even 13th game.
Nope.
And Jason Kidd, boom. So this is the problem now. Now this is going to be a trend. Mm-hmm. So now what's next? Wallace? I mean, who would have thought Wallace was going to be playing all these minutes? Nobody.
I didn't think he was going to be playing.
I thought he wouldn't even make the team, to be honest. I said,
that's what I said.
Yeah, right?
I was like, I didn't even know he was playing.
Oh, no. He was off for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, he's not going to make the team. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know, and because he wasn't even working out with them. He was like training just to get himself into shape, just to play basketball.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, there's no way. And then he made it. And not only he made it, they having him play minutes. And not only they having him play minutes, they having him take a lot of threes.
Yeah.
Which, let's calm down. I mean, I know Rasheed Wallace, don't get me wrong. He should be a future Hall of Famer, I think. I mean, from my point, maybe I'm a little nuts. I got to look at statistics. But, I mean, I've seen him. He's been playing since I was 21 years old.
Yeah.
That tells you how long he's been playing. Yeah. So, I don't know. This is the problem here. That's why Shumpert and Amari is the key. They need to come back. Once they do, then we'll see.
Well, how long are they out?
Well, Amari, from what I heard, won't be back to probably Christmas time. And Shumpert's at least January if lucky. Could be February.
Wow, that's a lot of games.
But as long as
a lot of games.
As long as the Knicks stay within the first 4 spots, I'm not saying, look, trust me, the Heat are going to be number 1. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
Unless something crazy happens, with injuries or something, they're going to be number 1. The Celtics are not the same.
Nope.
And now, before this season...
Plus, they're minus Ray Allen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's another story, which... that's unbelievable. But anyway, I picked the Celtics to win in this division before the season started because the Celtics are the Celtics.
Yeah,
I'm that type. Yeah, I'm that type of person. Until you prove it to me, I'm going from what you did.
I feel like Boston teams in general are always in the hunt.
Yeah, ain't that annoying?
That's my point.
It really is annoying.
Yeah, Any season, you're just like, all right, so Boston's on the schedule. Great. All right. So,
I mean,
there's a tough game right off the bat.
Yeah. That team is going to be fine with...
they'll be all right.
You know, they'll be...
All right. They have talent.
Oh, no question. Even though they're older. But they replaced Allen with, what's his name? The guy who used to play with the Mavericks. The ball-headed dude. I forgot his name.
Oh, my God.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's completely...
Yeah. We're both sounding good right here, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what we're all talking about.
Yeah.
So they're going to be fine. The Knicks are going to be up there. I say as long as they're... I would love for them to win the division. But as long as they're around second place...
Well, they're in first in the Atlantic. They're tied
with the Nets. The Nets right now.
Yeah.
And that's the key. But that's good, though. Now we can go into the Nets. They play tonight. They face... who they face again?
The Celtics.
The Celtics in Boston.
At 7:30.
That's the only time I actually root for the Nets.
Yeah.
Because I hate Boston so much. Unless Boston face the Heat, then that's the only time. Because I hate the Heat so much. The Nets are, they're doing this same records 9-4. They were basically in the background while the Knicks were undefeated doing their thing, but yet slowly they were creeping to the same record they did. Now they have both the same record.
They're 7-1 at home.
Yeah. And the Knicks are undefeated at home, by the way. Mm-hmm. All their losses have been on the road.
On the road, yeah.
Yeah, all their 4 losses have been on the road. So it's amazing that the Nets have been playing this well without their backcourt even clicking in yet.
That's true.
Think about it. I mean, Joe Johnson not really looking like himself like he was with the Hawks, but different system, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it takes time.
And Williams, D. Will, he's been playing as far as passing the ball or whatever, but he's not really scoring a lot of points.
Yeah, he's kind of there.
Yeah, but not there like he usually is.
Yeah, exactly. That's
what I mean?
What I was getting at. He's there.
Now that's
his presence is there, but he's not. There's something. I feel like maybe it's taking a little longer to get used to the new system, the new players. But I mean, he'll get it. He'll hit.
Yeah, and if they kick in, they could be one of the best backcourts in the NBA, and who knows, they could be better as the Knicks only because of that, and they're younger.
They are younger. They're a lot younger.
That's the only thing.
Yeah. If
Lopez ever really be consistent, get 20, 10 every game, watch out.
Oh yeah.
With that backcourt too.
Yeah.
Don't spell good for the Knicks.
9-4 could easily turn into 20-4.
Because the Knicks can't be a 6 seed or lower. They can't. They got to be at least one of the top 5 teams.
They have to.
They have to.
Yeah, they don't have a choice.
They have to have a home court in one of these in the first round. They have to have a home court.
Yeah.
If they don't, it's going to be the same thing again. They get swept or get one game they win. Mm-hmm. This can't happen. Let me ask you something because I heard this the other day. As you know, the former coach of the Knicks is now the coaching the Lakers. No D Tony, and Gasol's basically in the doghouse now. If you know that, basically there was one game he was saying, well, they asked him after one game, well, we noticed you didn't play Gasol towards the end. Like, why you did that? And he said, well, I wanted to win.
Yeah.
So I guess because Gasol wanted Phil Jackson, or he doesn't like how he flows in D'Antoni's system, in his own system. So there's rumors going around that maybe there'd be a trade Gasol for Amari.
Could happen.
Now, what would you do that move if you were the GM of the Knicks?
The GM of the Knicks? No.
No, right?
No.
Now, why is that?
You already proved that you can make it to the playoffs with the guys you have.
Mm-hmm.
Now you added Jason Kidd in the offseason. When he's healthy, he's productive.
Yeah,
he's been. Oh
no, he's a coach player.
Yeah,
player coach. Basically.
So I mean, let him heal up. Let him get back. I mean, maybe since there's rumors going around, if Gasol doesn't get dealt this season, there's always next season. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could always pick him up next season if the Knicks do the same thing they decided to do in the playoffs last year. Mm-hmm. You want to go to the playoffs, not produce. Hey, send Stoudemire out. I mean, he's getting up there in age too.
Yeah. I would stay the way it is because the last few years they made so many moves. They're finally gelling. Mm-hmm. Because they finally have a stable.
Yeah. Core of players.
Core of players. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. So, to make another move again, it's like there's no consistency here. You need to have some stability.
You do.
That's the word I was looking for.
Stability.
Yes.
Any team needs stability.
Yeah, because you have to do it, especially with talent. And I know, Gasol has only 1 year left, where Stoudemire has 2 years left. So, in a way, you could free up, and then you only have him 1 year, and then if that's the case, then it don't work, then whatever. But but why? Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Amari, when he first came here, he was MVP type player. He was scoring. You know how many games in a row he scored 30-plus points a game? I was there in those games when he broke Ewing's record for consistent games scoring over 30 points.
Yeah.
It was awesome. He put the team back on the map of being relevant again.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he came for the money, but he was the first one that had guts to say, I want to play for the Knicks. I want to play in New York.
Yeah.
I want to be part of this process to be relevant again.
And you got to give him
credit.
Awesome.
You got to give him credit.
I give him a lot of credit.
Even though they added an extra year and the Suns didn't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, we understand the business part. But he did. And then all of a sudden, when Carmelo came in the picture, it kind of,
overshadowed him.
Which is, it's normal because now it's changed.
Yeah.
And then all these weird things happened the year before last. He was practicing a dunk before a game against the Celtics in the playoffs, and he screwed up his back. And then this past season, he gets pissed off after losing a game, and he punches a fire extinguisher. It's like you can't make it up.
No, you can't.
It's like
it's almost comical.
And then it turned into where I understand if you're a superstar player like Melo, if you don't do good or you're not living up to your expectations, you get hammered. I understand that. But what gets me is that Melo wasn't getting that same sort of, attention like that.
Yeah.
Like he screwed up or he's being injured a lot. They don't say, what's going on with Stoudemire? But yet if it was Melo, Oh, Melo this, Melo that.
Of course.
It's like Derek Jeter and A-Rod.
Yeah.
Jeter, gas carte blanche, nothing could go wrong. But A-Rod sneezes, he's a...
Yeah, he's on roids.
He's an A-hole.
Yeah.
A-Rod's an A-hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. You have to be fair here. I mean, I'm all for it. If you suck, you deserve to get booed. Just like if you do good, you deserve to get cheered.
Exactly. I am full-heartedly behind you on that.
But this is a fan that I hate. Mariano Rivera. Greatest. I met him, actually, which was awesome. One of those, my best friend works at a dealership in Acura. He did a Q&A thing. Was awesome. Mm-hmm. Make a long story short, this is a guy is the greatest closer of all time. There was one game I remember where he blew a save. I forgot it was the Red Sox. Might have been in 05 after that great choke. Mm-hmm. And the people had the nerve to boo.
Yeah.
Now, he's an exception to me, just like Jeter and just like even going back in my childhood, Don Mattingly, because they give you everything. And not only that, well, with Jeter and Mariano more with Manley, they gave you championships.
Exactly.
It's like, dude.
Exactly.
You booing. Well, the one time he screwed up?
I could never do it. I could never boo Mariano Rivera.
No,
never.
exactly.
I couldn't.
How can you?
I've watched games where he's blown a save, and it doesn't happen a lot.
No.
It's very rare.
Like a blue pin, nothing.
He might have 2 a season.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
Yeah, it's a couple.
He's the greatest closer of all time. I'll say it.
Of course.
I'll say it. And I watched the game and I'm like, you're disappointed, you're bummed that your team lost, but
dude, he's human.
What does it matter? This guy wins you games all the time. He's owed 1.
Yeah,
get off his
come on.
back.
Yeah, and this is a guy who's had moments in postseason where he had dramatic blown saves.
Yeah.
97 his first year against the Indians, against Sandy Alomar Jr. Then in 2001, which to me hurt him more than anything.
Yeah.
Which they were 3 outs away, only got that 1 out. Then the bunt happened. He threw in the outfield, and I knew it was over because I knew the calmer, I could feel it. Then in 2004, but that wasn't really him. What killed me about 2004, he walked Kevin Millar, a guy he should
strike out.
That's the only time I actually yelled at the TV with Mo. I said, dude, he's Kevin Millar. You freaking Mariano. Why you walked him?
Yeah.
Especially he rarely walks anybody.
That's true.
Barely walks
That's
anybody.
true. That's very true.
So then the stolen base happened, and the rest was history. So other than that, which to me, like I said, 2001 hurt more than 2004.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. You can't, fans like that. My point is, if you're a fan like that, where if they do wrong once, when 99.9% of the time they do good, how can you do that?
You can't.
That I don't condone. I'm sorry.
No, I don't either. He's a human, like you said. You're a human being. You're bound to slip up.
Yeah, God forbid.
Yeah.
So that's it with the Knicks and Nets, even though it turned into Mariano then. But it's okay. So we'll see what happens with those games tonight. Hopefully the Knicks win and Nets lose. Even though it's Celtics, but, because we're there in the same division. Anyway, when we get back, we will talk about some football with the Jets and the Giants. So this should be interesting. The Ace and the Wolfman. Back to you after this. Hello, everybody. We're back. Yes, the Ace Man, Acevedo here with the Wolfman. Yes, and now we're going to go into football, or the pigskin, or whatever you want to call it. And we're going to talk about the Giants and Jets, and maybe in football in general, basically. Let's start with the Giants real quick, because this is a basic, okay, they played a great game.
Yes, they did.
Definitely one of their best games
this season.
Since the 49er game
in
San Francisco.
That's true.
Eli made up for his so-called dead arm, which I don't know if it was dead arm. Maybe he was just tired or whatever. 16 for 30, 243 yards. Very good. No interceptions. He threw for 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
And the main part of this game, why they were successful, is the defensive line showed up.
Yes, they did.
They rushed they rushed the quarterback. And this is my thing. When they do this, they can almost beat any team.
Of course.
That's why they've won 2 of the last 5 years winning Super Bowls, because of the defensive line. The defensive line has masked their horrible secondary. I mean, even though with Phillips they came back and now he got hurt again. I don't know if he's going to be able to play Monday night against RG3, which is going to be an awesome game.
That's going to be a real good game.
And I'll get to that real quickly in a moment. Recapping this game, though, Aaron Rodgers was like normal. Basically, 15 for 27, 21 yards. He got sacked 5 times. Yeah. And they tormented him. And I wonder, yeah. And what's that guy's name that basically said it was a fluke that the Giants lost and he wasn't playing? That linebacker from the Packers. I keep forgetting his name.
Oh, Clay Matthews.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, we gave the game. How was that now, bitch? You know, podcast. It was a fluke now. Yeah.
Shut up, Clay Matthews. Yeah, put water in your hair.
And this was more of an ass whipping than even in that division game.
Yeah, this is.
And they
beat
did
the shit out of him.
Oh hell yeah, they did. Yeah, I can let you say shit. It's no more.
All right.
Yeah, it's a demo. And plus, when we have a show, you can do that once in a while.
Okay.
It's not overkill.
No, I mean they showed up. I was real impressed because the last 2 weeks they looked horrible.
Well, last month, to be honest.
Yeah.
And basically, I picked the Packers. I'm a Giant fan. I thought the Packers were going to win.
So did I.
I thought it would be close. You remember last year in the regular season when they faced each other in MetLife? Mm-hmm. It was a back and forth game close.
Yeah.
Field goal won it. I thought it was going to be like that.
Nope. The Giants
said no. No, the Giants said hell no. We're champions.
Yeah. And we're going to show why we won the Super Bowl.
And that was that. They kicked ass, and the rushing game was good, 147 yards. But what sucked is Andre Brown.
Broken fibula.
And I was saying that night, use this guy more. Because the Carolina game was his breakout game. He was awesome because of Bradshaw not playing that 1 week.
He had 13 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
And and then him being hurt, and now they say, well, maybe he'll still be eligible for the playoff if he heals quickly. Who knows? I think he's done. It doesn't matter. I don't think they should bring him back like that. It's just like with Rivera. I don't mean to go back to Rivera, but same thing. Remember when he got hurt and they said, oh, maybe a chance of September he'd be back? I was one of the guys, no. Don't bring him back.
No, don't rush it.
Don't rush it.
Don't rush it.
Doesn't matter age or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, age a little bit, but not really. Yeah. It's because,
Let the guy heal.
And plus, you're the Yankees. Jeff Soriano. I mean, he had a great year.
Bingo.
But anyway, back to the Giants. And, they have a big game Monday night against RG3, who I love this kid. Now, I sound like an old man, but I love this guy. His personality, his work ethic, he's awesome. This guy.
He's a great athlete.
Athlete. He's a tremendous athlete. And the last game when they played in MetLife, it was a great game. Mm-hmm. Back and forth. They actually scored a touchdown towards the end, and the Giants had a long pass to Cruz from Eli. It was a great game.
Oh, it was an awesome game.
And this game's going to be even better, I think, because you have it in Washington, and Washington Redskins fans have been starving for their team to be good again.
Yeah.
That's going to be a ruckus crowd.
It's going to be loud.
And they have like a college-type atmosphere because, they have
they really do.
A chant song when they score Hail to the Redskins. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of...
It really is. I never really thought of it that way, but you're 100% right. It really is a college atmosphere.
It is because especially when they're winning. When they have a crowd like that, even though it was an RFK Stadium, mm-hmm. and that was like a real home field advantage for them. But the Giants actually were during those 80s times with Purple Parcells, they had great games. And 9 times out of 10, the Giants win, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. And with this game coming up, it's going to be huge. Even though this Sunday was even bigger, because now it gives them a 2-game cushion. Mm-hmm. It gives them that room to fail, basically meaning, like, let's say they lose Monday, they're still leading by a game.
Yeah.
Unless the Cowboys lose. I forgot who I don't remember who they face. Let me see.
Either.
I hate the Cowboys anyway. They face the Eagles. Oh, they're gonna beat the Eagles.
That's not a game.
That's not a game.
That's a preseason scrimmage.
Not even preseason. That's a high school game. but so more than likely the Cowboys should win, even though they're inconsistent as hell.
That's true. They're
like the Chargers.
They might. You know what? You know what though? I don't like the Eagles, but I have to give credit to Nick Foles.
Okay.
Oh yeah. He's doing what he needs to do. Mm-hmm. He's keeping him in games.
True.
It's just I feel the same way with the Eagles secondary as I do with the Giants secondary. You have Nnamdi Asomugha. Where's he been?
Yeah.
I know. He was a huge free agent last season. Everyone wanted him.
Yeah. True. Where's he?
Where's he been?
That's true. Remember the Jets were trying to get him.
The Jets were trying to get him. Imagine if they had Nnamdi Asomugha and Revis.
Yeah, I know. But
that would be ridiculous.
But
I mean, well, if he's playing the way he is now, it doesn't matter.
I you know what? To be honest, I totally forgot about it until you just brought it up. Seriously.
That's what I'm saying. He
disappeared. Like you forget.
What's he doing?
That's a good point.
But Nick Foles,
has he been hurt or something?
No, he's been playing.
Really?
I thought the same thing. I saw the game and I was like, wait, I thought he was injured too. I was like, I haven't heard him at all this season.
Wow.
I was like, wow. And then, but I mean, Nick Foles and Deshaun Jackson and who's their running back? Brown. The Eagles running back? I think it's Brown.
Oh, McCoy.
Yeah.
He was hurt. He got concussion with Vic.
But they've been keeping him in the game. It's their offense, which is ironic because the Eagles always had a decent defense. They've always had a
yeah.
defense
Yes.
good enough to keep them in a game. Going back to Reggie White.
Yeah.
They've always had a defense.
Don't get me. I remember that.
They've always had a defense.
Those teams, true.
But
Buddy Ryan was the head coach. Yeah. Man.
But now it's, it's switched. The roles switched.
Good. I hate him. I mean, I'm supposed to be professional here, but I'm also a fan, and I can't stand the Eagles. I can't stand the Cowboys, and eventually I can't stand the Redskins. But it's hard to not can't stand the Redskins.
It's hard not to like them.
But I know I love our.
Really
I'm
is.
serious. I really do like this guy.
I do too.
I really do.
Because at first I was like, oh, he's gonna be hyped. He's gonna be hyped. Like I
Yeah, I
thought
know
they
what
were
you're
hyping him
saying.
up.
Yeah.
But no, he comes
So
out
far,
and he plays.
I mean, I know it's
Same
early.
with Andrew Luck.
Oh, he's another one though.
I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, I'm like, come on, man, Andrew Luck and RG3.
Sports Center.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was, you know what? I was expecting one of them to be just like Ryan Leaf.
Oh, I thought, and you know what's funny? When Ryan Leaf came out, I thought he was going to be a big time quarterback. Didn't you?
That's what I thought was going to happen. And you know what? Andrew Luck said, nope. He silenced all the critics. Were they 6-3?
They almost have the same record, I think, as the Broncos do.
Yeah.
And I think they don't face each other this year, the Broncos and the Colts.
I don't think so.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where it's at.
No, definitely not.
Actually, you know what? I would take it if it was Indiana.
Yeah.
Because that would, that'd be
that would be
the
nice.
ratings on that?
But, through the roof.
Through the roof, through the atmosphere.
But yeah, he silenced everybody.
Oh yeah.
And how? But here's my thing.
Right.
This is his first year. Look at Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Cam Newton last year. Oh, Cam Newton, he's the best thing since
this
sliced bread.
And this year,
what's he doing?
He acted like a baby at first.
Yeah.
Remember when the Giants lost? Oh,
3 wins.
Yeah, but he's been playing better though lately.
He's been picking his game up. But
I think he's been maturing. I think
it's a reality check for him.
Yeah.
He came in and I'm Superman.
Yeah,
I'm
but that's
the
stupid.
War Hawk or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
the War Eagle or whatever they called him in Auburn. But now now he's sitting here and he's like, you know what? Maybe all those antics aren't winning me games. Maybe I should get back to the fundamentals of football.
Exactly.
And focus on my game.
I mean, think of this. I know we're going to get to it just real quick, but RG3, his first game is in New Orleans. Drew Brees. Now, granted, all that controversy thing happened, whatever. They didn't have their full team like they normally would, but still, they're going to the Superdome.
That is a loud place.
Yes, and to do what he did, it's impressive.
Oh, it's extremely impressive.
And not only that, he's been consistent. It's not like, okay, he had that game and he's been subpar.
Yeah, no, he's been good.
He's been good,
I
just
wish
like
I had
Andrew
him in my
Luck.
fantasy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not a big, one day I'll talk about this. I'm not one of those fantasy guy type of guys.
Yeah.
I'm a guy that would like to, I used to bet a lot, but fantasy, I don't understand. I understand you can win money off it.
Yeah.
But
I play for free because I don't put no money.
Yeah, I know. But I never understand those fans that, like, let's say you're a hardcore Yankee fan. Oh, I want them to win. But I want, what's his name, to get 3 home runs, Hamilton.
Yeah.
They're like, how you do that?
That's the thing with fantasy.
I can't do that. There's no way. Plus, I don't maybe it's a generation thing. So, anyway, now from the Giants, that, real quickly, you think it's going to be a close game against the Redskins this Monday night?
I do. I think it's going to be a real close game.
What do you think is going to happen? You think they're going to win?
All right, I'll give you my prediction right now.
Go ahead.
It's going to be back and forth.
Okay.
All game.
A lot of turnovers?
I wouldn't go a lot of turnovers. I think it's gonna be a good game.
The Redskins defense ain't bad,
No, they're not that bad at all. They always have a relatively decent defense.
Yeah, even when they suck.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's gonna come down to the fourth quarter.
Again, just like the last game.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be decided by a field goal. I'm gonna go Giants 38-35.
Wow. I was just thinking field goal too. Yeah.
That's what I think. 38-35. That's my prediction. Giants in the fourth. That's
okay. Now from Pro Bowl to Pee Wee Bowl now.
Yeah. From the 7-4 New York team to the 4-7.
Team. The Jets. There's this hilarious thing. My brother pointed out to me. You saw this clip from Deadspin. There was these fans that were right there where the tunnel is.
Yeah.
Where the fans. It was during halftime when halftime started and the players are going into the tunnel.
Yeah.
You have to see it. You suck.
Really?
What's funny is that every player that's going by, the guy had for every person, like, Sanchez, you suck, and then Tebow came back, Tebow, be your savior, and then some other guy, oh, you suck, don't even come back out here, take off your uniform now. What you gonna do now? Take off the second half too? And it wasn't it wasn't really vulgar.
I haven't seen it.
It wasn't really vulgar.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't mind anyway.
Yeah.
It was really funny. Like,
I
you
haven't
suck.
seen it.
Oh, go to Deadspin and check it out. It's called the name of the title's stupid. It's called Disrespectful Fans. But to me, I don't see it disrespectful if you
No,
deserve.
it's not.
You know.
Your team is horrible. This
Yeah.
season.
I mean, come on. You have to look it up when you get a chance.
I will.
And
Definitely.
it's hilarious.
When I go home, I'm definitely check it out.
Okay, so, and anybody else who's really not listening to this right now, but eventually I'll bring it up when we have a show. So the Jets. Give me your input on this season and what's from the beginning to right now. Yeah, in a nutshell, right?
So their season is. We're gonna bring in Tebow. Great.
Well, how stupid was that?
What has he done for you?
It was the dumbest thing.
It was
dude.
stupid.
It was stupid.
It was extremely stupid. I have not liked Tebow since he was a Florida Gator.
But
I don't like him.
This is the thing. All right, this is what I said this yesterday too. Okay, for some reason, the media has hyped him so much. Now, granted, he was a pretty good college player. I'm not taking nothing away from that.
Of course.
But this media just blew him up like he was the next coming of Joe Montana. Where everyone forget in Denver, the defense helped him win games. It had nothing to do with him scoring a lot of points. Or, he wasn't John Elway. He wasn't Joe Montana. He wasn't even Jim Kelly.
No.
He wasn't even Chad Pennington.
No.
That's what I don't understand now. They just blew him up. Oh, because, okay, he had a good play here, one play there. All right, it happens.
Because they beat the Steelers in the playoffs?
Yeah, the first
First
new
play.
rule, the new rule, the
Yeah.
overtime. And I was like, ooh, this is going to be good. And the first
There you go.
That's it.
And it wasn't even like it was an amazing throw.
No, it
his
just-
receiver made the play.
Yeah,
he
that's it.
threw a 5-yard
Yeah.
pass over the
And-
middle.
and
he
the
was
rest
"Here
was
you
like
go."
50 yards or
And the guy
whatever?
ran. You can't put that on Tebow. I could throw a 5-yard pass.
If I had protection.
Yeah,
And,
if I had a line the size of that line and all I had to do was throw 5 yards over the middle
Yeah,
to a
of
guy
course.
who had 3 or 4 steps over the defender anyway.
Yeah.
Come on, Doug Flutie.
Who's even better than him?
He's a lot better than him. Doug Flutie, the little guy that he was for a quarterback, he could throw that 5-yard pass over the lineman and connect with him.
Oh, he threw the long ball, too.
I would take that 9-year-old girl who's like the internet sensation over Tim Tebow any day of the week. That girl's got like 35 touchdowns. How many does
come
Tebow
on.
have this season?
But that's what I'm talking about, man. Sometimes the media nowadays, they just overhype people.
It's true.
When they didn't even deserve that.
No, they're giving him praise and he hasn't done anything. I'm sorry. You have one playoff win. So what?
Yeah.
So what?
I mean, and it's nothing to take away. He seems like a nice guy. I'm not saying.
Oh, I'm not bashing him for who he is.
Yeah,
No, not at
exactly.
all,
That's
but-
his belief. Whatever. That's his belief.
But here's my thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Tim Tebow, you're in the playoffs. You guys won the game. Okay, so did your third string guy who sat on the bench the entire game.
Right.
He won the game too, technically, because he's on your team.
Right.
So you're going to say he's a great player too? Like, I'm not saying Tim Tebow is a third string quarterback, but honestly, when there was that whole thing in the preseason where the Jets didn't score a single touchdown, not till the fourth game, and Greg McElroy, their third string quarterback, who's been almost inactive every game this season, was the only time they scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you put him as your second string quarterback?
Because they're stupid, Wolfie.
I'd rather watch, and I said it before. I said it earlier in the season, and I'll say it again. I'd rather watch Greg McElroy throw the ball than Tim Tebow.
And they don't because it's so obvious.
Because of the name.
Because of the name, and they want him there to put fans in the seats.
Tebow, didn't he ask for a trade at the end of the season? I heard it's probably rumors.
When he was in the Broncos, you mean?
No, when he here.
Oh, you mean during the season?
Yes,
That's what they say,
I'm claiming it's all rumors because I have no hard evidence. But I'm saying I wish I did. I wish I had multiple sources.
Demo show's over now.
But no, I mean it's. I don't want him. I really don't want him here.
It was a mistake. It was a mistake.
It was a mistake bringing him in.
I said this even the old show I was on. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. It's all because of the publicity, and also maybe because the Giants won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So they want to
outdo we have to do something now too.
Yeah. It's called getting a good team together.
Yeah.
And it's not all Sanchez's fault. That's another thing.
No, it's not.
That's another thing.
Definitely not.
They put everything on Sanchez.
It's not.
When their own team has bamboozled him.
Yes.
No talent. Give him no extra talent. You bring a freaking backup quarterback who's not even a second string backup quarterback.
No.
And it's so asinine.
It is. And you know what? At first I was like, man, Sanchez is really sucking this year. What's going on? And then I watched the game. I forgot what game it was. They lost the game regardless. But
they got to ask this game.
Yeah, they were playing. You know what? I think it was the Rams game when they got just completely beat up.
Well, they beat the Rams though.
No, they.
Yeah.
Oh no, they did. Okay, they did.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the Rams game. It was
Wrong game.
No, my fault.
I know you tried.
It might have been the week before, But I was watching him throw passes, and they were hitting the receivers right in the hands, and his receivers are dropping them.
Thank you.
You can't put that on the quarterback. If you throw the ball and your receiver has the ball in his hand, and your receiver's stupid enough to go, okay, the ball touched me, let me turn around and start running before I have possession of the ball, you can't put that on your quarterback.
No.
That's your receiver. And I get it. You have Greg Schillings from Oakland, who I never even heard of until this season. You have Sean Hill is his name? No, not Sean Hill. Sorry. Something Hill. The rookie. The
receiver.
The rookie receiver that you just got.
That, you know what that reminds me? I know this is a few weeks back, but the first Patriot game when it was in New England, when they were going for the win, it was like a close game.
Yeah.
And he threw it right to Hill. Like you said, he looked up the field before he caught the ball, and he was open.
Exactly.
And
But
rookie
that
mistake.
game was close.
Yeah.
That game was
They should've won that
overtime, and
game.
It was my field goal. I'm all right with that.
They should have won that game. Let's be honest.
They should have won the
screwed that
game.
up.
But I'll give him valiant effort with the comeback. Great job going to overtime.
Oh, yeah.
I get it. You lost in overtime. It happens.
That's
it
a
happens.
heartbreaker.
It sucks.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked than have that.
Yeah. I'm with you there. But you're sitting there and like I said, you throw the ball, your receiver goes, oh, no, there it's in my hand. Let me turn around. Dude, grab the ball, put it to your body, and turn.
Yeah.
You get paid millions of dollars. Take a hit.
Yeah, dude.
Stop being a girl.
Yeah.
No disrespect to girls. I mean, girls.
Yeah.
I love you all, but
Yeah, of course. Especially the good-looking ones.
yeah, don't go to grab the ball. It touches your hand. You feel a little and go, oh, maybe I should start running. No, catch the ball. Be a man. Run upfield.
Well,
Take a hit.
Well, not only that. Yeah. Well.
And it's not like Sanchez is throwing the ball to where these receivers are getting obliterated by the defenders.
No.
He's throwing them and they're just not catching them.
Yeah. And they don't let him throw down the field, but you can see why. Not because only that Sanchez had not a good year, but the receivers don't catch the ball.
No, not at all.
That's the bottom line.
And you know what? I didn't realize that it was the San Antonio Holmes and Darrelle Revis show until this season.
Oh, really? It took you to this season?
I wanted to believe that we had numerous talents. And you know what? Dustin Keller is his tight end.
Yeah.
He's the only reason that they complete passes, I feel.
Yeah.
Because he's the only one that wants to catch the ball. He's not afraid to take a hit.
Yeah, I mean, who knows if Revis didn't get hurt for the rest of the year and Mr. Big Mouth, what's his name? Santonio Holmes didn't get hurt for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Would they be 2 games better? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or would they still suck?
They might still suck. And my dad said it to me, and I didn't really. It never really clicked in my head until he said it. But it's like a team of egomaniacs.
Yeah, but that's what Johnson wanted, the owner of the Jets. He wanted back page news instead of thinking, well, if you get a good team, that's how you get back page news, by winning, not by a circus that you have right now at MetLife.
Well, here's my problem. I don't think Rex Ryan is the head coach that the Jets need.
At first he was, though.
At first he
they
was.
needed him to make him relevant
2 championship
again.
games back-to-back seasons.
You got to give him credit to that.
But then, I do,
Which
full-heartedly.
people forget about Sanchez. He was part of that, by the way.
Yeah, no, exactly. But then the next season you don't make the playoffs. This season you're not making the playoffs.
Oh, no way.
If the Jets finish, I'll be honest. If the Jets finish with 6 wins, I'll be happy. I don't see it. You're 4-7. You're 2-4 at home. You're supposed to be good at home.
Yeah, and I think what's going to happen is someone's going to get fired, but it ain't going to be the head coach. I think it's going to be Tannenbaum. I think he's going to be the scapegoat.
I do too.
And they might twist it where, he's the one that wanted Tebow, which, they give me a break. You know who really wanted Tebow. It's the freaking owner.
Yeah.
And then they do, and their hands are tied, especially Tannenbaum.
Yeah.
All he is accountant that's a GM of a football team.
It's, yeah.
You know, Bill Parcells is the reason why he got into the league. And it's just sad because, I have no axe to grind with the Jets being a Giant fan. And, you just hate to see that. Because,
it's rough.
It's
rough being a Jets fan this season.
But it's not my problem. But anyway, that's the way it is with the Jets, and it's just ridiculous. And who knows? They face who?
The Cardinals Sunday at 1.
You think they should win, right? Because the Cardinals have been losing like the last 7 games or so.
Cardinals have dropped the last 7.
They went 4-0.
4-0, and now
they've
they're 4-7.
Yeah, they lost ever since. I mean, I remember I picked the Cardinals to win because they faced who was the crappy ass Jaguars or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the Titans or something. Let me see real quickly before we have to go. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, the Rams.
Yeah,
and they lost, and that was in freaking Arizona.
Yeah, and you know what's messed up is the Jets. Okay, I can understand the Jets have somewhat of a tough schedule, somewhat.
Not as tough as the Giants.
Not as tough as the Giants. No, not even close. But the Cardinals don't have that much tough competition out in Arizona.
No.
How are you 4-7? How did you go 4-0 and then all of a sudden drop 7?
Well, because reality hit.
Okay, well, we'll just go back to the Bills last season. They start 5-0. What did they finish? 6-10.
Yeah, exactly. And this year the Bills will be better with all their free agent transactions.
Yeah. Well,
And look, and they.
we signed Mario Williams. Great. Where's he been?
And
when's he going to show up? Because my watch has stopped.
That's his week 1 against the Jets. The Jets, they haven't been relevant since.
Oh my God, they got blown out week 1.
Who thought that?
I didn't. I was like, wow, we can't score in the preseason. What makes you think we're going to score now? And
honestly,
touchdown.
Yeah, I thought the Jets would win, but it wasn't going to be like that.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to go on to our last segment. But first we got to take this break. When we come back, we're going to talk about hot stove baseball and this Hall of Fame ballot. I want to get Wolfie's take on this ballot and who would he vote for if he had the opportunity to vote. It's the Ace and the Wolfie. Back to you after this. And we're back. All right, well, that was a long break, wasn't it? All right, now in this last segment, which I can't believe. This is our last segment already, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, this is the 4th one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that sucks.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I know how to count, Wolfie. I'm just saying, well, it's unbelievable. It's already the 4th, go with it. Anyway, so now we're up to the last one. It's about hot stove baseball. And going with the Yankees, they're close to signing Pettit back.
Yeah.
I think for a year for $11 million, around that, $10 to $11 million.
That's not bad.
What do you think about that?
Sign him.
Yeah, right?
Why not?
I mean, honestly, when they announced earlier this year they came out of retirement, weren't you skeptical?
At first I was.
Was you? Yeah, exactly.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. I was just, and this is a guy who loved Pettit.
Yeah.
I love Pettit.
I did
but it was
too.
a year off, and I was like, oh, what, really? And let's be honest, if he was part of this team, even though he got hurt with the freak accident with the leg,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have as many wins.
That's true.
He's so gutsy, this guy. It's unbelievable.
It really is.
Goes to show you, A-Rod, right? When you can have all the talent in the world, but you need to be mentally
That's
strong.
That's half of it.
And that's A-Rod's
Easily.
issue. I don't mean to get into A-Rod right now, but it's the truth, man. It's just all the talent in the world. And he's so much more talented than Jeter, but yet not as smart and not as strong-minded.
Yeah, I'll give
That's
you
the bottom line.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the situation. So Pettit, should be signed back with Mariano to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was saying, well, we don't know he was coming back. Okay, during the season, they said he might have second thoughts.
Yeah.
Because I remember the spring training before this passed, he had thoughts because his kids are grown. He has like 3 sons or something like that.
Yeah.
And once he said that, I said, okay, this coming year that this passed is going to be his last year. And it would have been if he didn't get hurt.
That's true.
He
I
would have
think
been.
so.
In a way, it was a blessing in disguise. I hate to say that because he got really hurt.
Yeah,
I don't mean to sound like that, but it was a blessing because now, in a way, we save money with Soriano because Soriano ain't gonna come back.
Nah.
I don't know what team he'll go to. I mean, maybe they say Detroit, which should be. I guess what's his name will be in the doghouse because
Verlander?
Yeah, not Verlander. What's his name? The closer of the Tigers.
Yeah.
The douchebag that dances every 2 seconds.
I know you're talking about.
What a dork. Yeah. That's why Mariano's so great. He just closes,
And then he walks.
and that's it.
He's like,
Unless it's a real clincher, then he'll be like, yes.
yeah.
But, you don't.
Who's the guy that every time he
It's another douchebag you want to bring up?
it might be
Papa Bomb or something?
No, I think you know what? I think it is Soriano where he pulls his jersey.
Yeah, he
out.
untucks.
Yeah. And he like goes there. He's like, oh, like job well done.
Yeah, he goes like, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, look at me.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, when you, not to get off track, but when you feel like overdoing stuff like that.
It depends. To me, it really
Depends on the moment, I think, right?
Yeah, and to go on with this, like in the NFL, I hate the excessive celebration penalty.
It's stupid.
You
It's an
score a
NFL.
touchdown.
It's
Let
an
him
NFL.
have fun.
Yeah, to me, exactly.
And it's the same thing
I
with
agree with
baseball. If he wants to untuck his jersey all,
Supposed to be entertainment.
yeah, look how good I am. If it's in a game where that's relevant, go for it. If it's the 4th game of the season and you're pitching the ball and
Spring training.
yeah, if it's spring training and you throw it out and you want to do it with like authority and you're just like, oh, look at me.
You deserve to get hit.
I hope that you stub your toe on the way to the locker room. Like,
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. Like,
exactly.
I get it. Emotions in sports are high. I get it.
Depends who you are, personality-wise.
Exactly. I mean, Yeah, that's true because going back to football real quick, Barry Sanders, arguably the greatest running back
loved him.
Of
should be the
in
all-time
NFL.
leading rusher, by the way, if he didn't retire.
I agree with you 100%.
Not Emmitt Smith.
Oh, yeah, okay. Hey,
Anyway,
we're on the same page. Okay.
Yeah, we're here, man. We're here.
Yeah, but no, he scored touchdowns all the time, and he never celebrated. He ran and he tossed the ball to the ref and ran off the sideline.
Yeah.
But then again, you have look at Deion Sanders.
Ugh.
Prime time.
Yeah, prime time.
One of the most.
Another guy who was scared of contact.
Yeah, and or look at Terrell Owens.
Oh, another douchebag.
Yeah, or Chad Ochocinco.
I was just about to say, yeah.
Or Johnson, whatever his name is
now. It's Johnson. Don't say Johnson.
Yeah, Chad Johnson.
Screw that.
Headbutt McGee.
Yeah. Headbutt McGee.
But no, it's in the right time, it's fine. I'm all for it. Mm-hmm. Celebrate,
Exactly.
You did something I'm never gonna do it. You're never gonna do it. The people out there would never do it. That's what you get paid to do. You, from the second that you were a little kid and said, I want to play football or baseball or basketball, or I want to play sports for a living. That's what I want to do. And you went to middle school. You went to high school. You played in high school. You were awesome. You got picked up by a college. You were great. You got drafted. Now you're in the pros. You do something relevant, go for it. I'm not saying every time you drain a three or every time you shoot a free throw, you're like, girl, look at me, I'm awesome. Like, shut up and go down the court. But
meanwhaul, here comes back
of
on your defense.
Here comes the guy going over there and dunking over you while you're sitting there fist pumping.
Right.
But if you sink that game winning shot, in hockey you score the game winning goal, you hit a home run. Go for it, man. Go all out. You deserve it.
As long as it's natural, though.
Yeah, don't force it. Don't be like, don't do cartwheels around the bases. Be excited. Go for it. That's what your whole thing's been.
The problem is in baseball traditionally, you don't really show emotion like that. It's not like football or like hockey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a gentleman's sport. No, get me wrong. My favorite sport is baseball, especially the playoffs, only because there's no clock. You need to get 3 outs.
Yeah.
Unless you're the home team and there's extra innings, you need to get 3 outs. Mm-hmm. That's what I love about the game of baseball. There's no running at the clock. You milk it. Yeah. There should be a rule on that. I'm sorry.
I agree with you.
Let them play, especially in football, basketball. Let them play. See what happens. No, you have to play. If you down the ball, you get penalized. You lost a down or something like that.
I hate the knee.
It's stupid, right?
I hate the knee. Regardless if my team's winning or not, I still hate it.
It's very fruity. I don't like it.
It's dumb. We'll take a knee.
Yeah.
And the clock's still running.
Unless it's a blowout.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
If your team's winning and it's
you get your ass
49-19, Patriots Jets, take a knee. If you're the Patriots, take a knee.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're the Jets, shove the ball down their throat, run it down the field, go for it. Or if you're winning by a field goal, don't take a freaking knee.
No,
Just keep running the ball, pass the ball. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's see. So the Yankees might get petted, Mo, which they should, and Ichiro should be not too far behind. Ichiro said he wants to be
still there. He's still under contract, right?
No, that was because he's a free agent actually.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, but he says he wants to stay, and the Yankees.
I'd resign him in a
heartbeat. Hell yeah!
I'd resign him.
Good Swisher, bye. I don't want you back.
He's leaving.
No, I don't want him back.
Swisher?
I've been not wanting him back since last year. He's a nice guy. Don't get me wrong, but it's time to go. Your time has passed.
I don't think he fits in New York.
He's too happy. No one's that happy. I'm sorry.
No one is that happy.
No, dude, there's something wrong. Maybe he takes lithium or something. I don't know. But honestly,
he's happy all the time.
Okay, I just met you, right? You seem like a cool guy. Yeah. I know I am. So, no one's that happy. I'm sorry. Everyone's human. You get home like, crap, tomorrow I gotta do or whatever.
Yeah, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
He's so overly happy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not genuine. It's just annoying.
It is. I feel like anyone that's too much of anything is annoying. Like, I'm too sad all the time, or I'm too happy. Get over yourself.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Derek Jeter, but his post game thing is
mundane.
Yeah, it's another game.
Yeah.
How about talk about that girl you just banged just last night or something? Yeah. Someone.
It'd probably still be boring to listen to him say.
Yeah. She was great. I give her an 8.
I picked her up at the bar.
Yeah,
and brought her back to my house.
I gave her a goodbye present. One of those bags.
Yeah. Give her a gift bag.
A gift bag. That's what I was thinking.
It was great. She might come to the game tomorrow. It's like, all right, Jeter,
all right, we got it.
Yeah, just go over there.
Yeah. I would just like. There's very few players nowadays. I wish they would just, be like a regular person like us.
Yeah.
Like, you suck. Hey, man, I suck today. There's players that still do that. I can't name one on top of my head. But
no, I can't either, but I know.
Maybe Rivera, even though Rivera's a great guy. By the way, real quickly, like I said, I met Rivera. Mm-hmm. He is what he is advertised. He's a great guy.
That's awesome.
I
like that.
I give you a perfect example. That day when he was at the Acura dealership in Roslyn in Long Island, where my best friend works, one of the reasons he was there, he was getting paid for it, but it was all going to his charity in Panama. He was talking about his charity. Mm-hmm. Now you have these people that were there. You know, it's just like in the game. You have people that really were there because they love Rivera, and you have they're there because they want to be there. So you heard like people in the background talking while he's talking on the mic.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Excuse me," like very stern, but yet still
nice. Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm here to talk about my charity too, man. Come on, just.
And his accent, he's like, "Hey, excuse me."
No, they don't say it. No, he looked like Ricky Ricard a little bit with a tan. But and I was like, and I cringed. I'm that type of person that even though it wasn't me, I feel embarrassed. Like, oh, that's like a douche chill. Like come on, man. That's a great, not only one of the great the greatest closer of all time. Yeah. He's a great guy.
Yeah,
and
he's not getting any money technically. This is not going to his charity.
All that, yeah, he is.
So and just shut up and let
him talk about it. Regardless
minutes.
if you don't give a crap or not, give the man respect.
Yeah.
So, and it was awesome. Wait a minute,
I feel like it's nice to meet you.
I should play this.
I love Mariano Rivera, but when I see him, he's like, I had a really great game. I love to play baseball, and I threw the ball really good, and the catcher, he catch it, and he throw it back to me, and then I throw it again, and then the guy, he no hit it.
And we win.
Yeah, and we win. We win the game. That's what's important.
Yeah, see. No, but he doesn't sound that bad.
No.
You hear Freddie Garcia talk?
The manager for...
No. That guy pitched for the Yankees. Freddie Garcia.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of... what's his name?
You're listening to the Jackie Baseball, and you're listening to WCBS Radio 88 on your dial.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
I was thinking of... for some reason, I was thinking of Ozzie Guillen, the manager of the
Marlins. Oh, he's another one.
I just love to listen to him talk because he leaves words out and his sentences. They're kind of like a... What are those things? They're like a word jumble. Like, you got to find the word within the thing. It's word searches. You're like, what's going on with this guy?
By the way, this last segment will be a little longer since we have time. Mm-hmm. I want this last segment to be a little longer.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because, there's somebody that's coming in the studio. Like, anyone gives a crap that's listening to this or anybody. But, we have time.
It's coming in at 4?
I want to milk it a little bit.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, this is back in September 29th. And when I found out there was Q&A, I said, "Oh, this is once a lifetime. I have to do it." I have the video, but I'm just gonna play the audio.
Yeah, of course.
And you see my great technique in interviewing big time athletes. Let's see what happens. Let's see if you get the answer.
All right. I'm sorry. First of all, it's an honor to see you. And one thing I want to ask, I basically know this answer, but maybe you can say a different answer. Of all the great moments you've had, World Series, playoffs, do you have one that sticks out in your mind that really sticks out?
Well, I mean, that would be 2009 World Series.
Okay.
2009 World Series. The reason why I say that is because you take for granted. We won 96, 98, 99, 2000. And then we went to 01, 03. And you take for granted how hard it is to get to the World Series. And when we get back in 2009 and won the World Series, I was praying for that, because it was a long time. It seems like that.
You weren't alone.
Yeah, it seems like that. But also, I have my kids, and my kids were able to share that experience with me, because before they were kind of like small. Now they were older, and they got able to enjoy. I guess they enjoy better than me. So I was happy that they were there for me. So thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, this man told me, I don't know if that came out well because the audio sounded like he was talking about Osama bin Laden's cave. But did you get to
Get to the infidels.
Was the audio was kind of not that great, but look what he said. He's thanking me.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, thank you, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Like, and I got to take a picture with him at the end. Thanks to my best friend, which is my Facebook profile, and I'll probably keep that forever.
Yeah, man,
it was awesome. And I got to talk. I shook his hand and I said, dude, I want you to know that I appreciate what all you did on and off the field.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thank you very much.
Yeah, no, that's great. You don't find a lot of athletes like that.
And he's taller than you think, by the way.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He's like at least, I would say 6'2", 6'3", maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, he's tall.
For some reason, he doesn't look tall on TV.
No, he don't, right?
He looks like a little guy.
Yeah. So, here I am. In the video, I have my Rivera jersey.
Yeah.
My Yankee hat backwards. I look like, somebody that just was living off the street or something. And he was like, who's this guy? But it was great. And I wish everyone could have an experience like that. Because it's awesome. Especially if somebody you watched growing up and everything.
He's been there as long as I can remember.
Yeah, 95. I remember he was actually a starting pitcher. When he came up.
First came in, he was a starter. Yeah.
Yeah. And, then when he really started to make a name for himself was against that classic Mariners series in 95, the first wild card thing. And he came out of the bullpen. That's when he was just throwing smoke.
Yeah.
He didn't have the cutter yet. It wasn't until he was a closer in 97. He just blew people away. And Showalter didn't realize what he had. Because trust me, if he did, they would have won that series. Even though the Mariners just destroyed us those last 3 games.
They still had King Griffey Jr. then, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Well, Griffey was there since 1988, 89. When his father and him went on the same team.
That's right, yeah. I remember that.
Well,
I don't remember, but I...
How were you, like 5?
In 88? I wasn't even born.
Oh, my God.
That was the year before I was born.
Oh, my God. I think I feel old. So that was a great thing, with that moment. And it goes to show you that, that's how people should act.
Yeah, no, sports. It's. I feel like it's a lost art. Like people really don't know how to be humble anymore.
It's sad, right?
I mean, within sports and out of sports. But I mean,
I'd be so.
But athletes,
lucky.
I feel exactly.
I'll be appreciated.
Exactly.
It's not a right. It's a privilege.
It is.
You know what I mean?
I mean, for every one athlete, there's like a million kids out there that don't make it. Like,
oh yeah, you know what the statistics are?
Why are you just because you have some money in your pocket, you think you're like a lot of guys like their heads get so big, and I don't understand it.
Especially if from day one everyone's kissed your ass.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why A-Rod's not that he's a bad person, but maybe that's why he's not in touch.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people just lose sight of
reality,
where they came from, and the fact that back before they were an athlete, they were a fan. I feel like that's what happens to a lot of people too. They lose the fan aspect of the game.
And that's funny you say that because with A-Rod, he actually is a fan of sports.
Yeah,
he really is. Where Derek Jeter, you ask him, did you watch? Like if they're not in the World Series or whatever. Oh, Jeter, did you watch? No. Well, if I'm not in it, why would I care?
Yeah, I've seen an interview with him like that, and it really threw me off.
Yeah, I'm like, does me? I mean,
yeah.
Come on. Even when if my team is not in it, I keep track what's going on.
Yeah, of course.
That what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's where, there is. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like this, and I don't care, but there is phoniness for Jeter. There is. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean,
he goes by the book,
You're not gonna come on.
Boring.
Yeah, well, you should just
milk
watch
toast
the freaking
answer.
Game. Yeah.
I'm not saying being obnoxious just for the hell of it. Like, I want to screw that blonde in the front row or something like that. But I'm just saying, actually, it would be funny. But,
Right? Imagine that post-game. So how do you think? I'll get back to that question, but did you see that redhead over there?
Like, if everyone would have did that, but he did it in the game.
Right?
Game 2
nuts.
Was it game 1 or game 2? I forgot. I think it was game 1, actually, or whatever it was, of the ALCS, and he got benched. By the way, since we get into that, they should bring Ibanez back, too. He was so clutch all year. Oh,
yeah.
And I was one of these guys that was like, I don't want him here. I did.
Because he came from Philly.
Not only that, but he was old.
Yeah.
And I was like, And I didn't really realize how a real good dude he is. He's a team. No, he really is. He's a real team guy. You know what it is? Because he has a look. Mm-hmm. He looks like an evil Dracula or something. He
does. He looks like a bad guy.
Yeah,
in like a
he has that look on his face. But meanwhile, he's a real nice guy. He really is. If you ever see his post game or whatever, he's even more genuine than Jeter is.
Yeah.
He's like, we played well, or, we sucked, or, whatever. But you could tell he's a genuine guy. He's a genuinely nice guy.
That's good. I like that. I like guys like that.
And he was clutch.
Yeah, he was. He was real good.
Yeah. When he wasn't playing every day, he was clutch. It's when he had to play every day because of injuries. It showed because of his age.
Yeah, of course.
But
I mean, you get a guy who can come in and big moments like that and do good for you. Keep him around. Look at Jorge Posada.
Yeah, that was a situation from the season before this past. That was bad.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? I know we're going back, but what do you think about that Red Sox game in Yankee Stadium, and he got mad because he got lowered in the batting order and he didn't want to play. Ain't that like?
Suck it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Suck it up and play, man. You're
Come
getting
on,
paid,
dude.
You're getting paid big bucks to go out there
Dude.
and swing a bat. Shut up and play.
It's not like you've been tearing up the ball,
Yeah.
and then then I can see
No,
you
if
being
you
pissed.
want a hot streak, yeah, I'd be pissed too. I'd be
yeah.
like, what are you doing? But
Yeah.
you were
Dude.
slumping.
I mean, I know you're Jorge, but like,
Yeah.
dude. By the
Shut
way,
up
you ever
and
seen his
play.
wife? Oh my god, you ever
Yeah.
seen his wife?
Yeah.
Oh my god, my thing came out. I wish I was his wife calling me.
Right?
Meet me at 5. Okay, no problem.
She's texting you. She's like, hey.
No, she might be one of the hottest baseball wives I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
That I could think of off the top of my head. Unless you could think of one right now.
Baseball, no. But I've seen Tony Gonzalez's wife. You ever seen her?
No, I don't think so.
She's pretty smoking.
Is she mixed or what is she or whatever?
She looks like she might be mixed. She's like Spanish and something.
Oh,
But,
I love exotic women.
mm-hmm.
That's my type. I like women of color. Black, mixed, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. A hot white blonde came in, I would
Oh,
jump on
yeah.
her 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I'm just saying my preference is just.
Yeah.
No, trust me. In general, anyone throw me a bone, I would be happy. As long as they look somewhat decent. But anyway, so, yeah, I mean, because I know you ever see hockey players' wives?
Yes.
Oh, my. I mean,
Those guys get the hottest chicks for some reason.
Oh, my God.
Well, Mike Fisher, he plays for the Nashville Predators. He's
Okay, if you say so. I'll go with
He's married to Carrie Underwood, the country singer.
Really?
Yes.
I'm a Canadian.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
she's
she
not
fat?
bad looking. No.
Oh, no?
No, you're thinking of Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, that's why I get confused.
Yeah.
All that gay American Idol garbage.
Yeah, but yeah, she came up American Idol. She's a good looking girl.
Really? No, but I remember when Wayne Gretzky was in his prime. You remember his wife? Wayne Gretzky? Oh, my. I forgot her name, but look it up one day.
I mean, I still think Gretzky could come back and play now if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He's old, but I'd let him play. It's a great one.
But yeah, the great one. Yeah, I'm always the one, I guess, if you ask her, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's true, though, because basketball wives, it depends.
I don't know. You see that show? They're nuts.
No, I don't watch that garbage.
They are nuts.
My sister watches that garbage.
Basketball wise, I would never be a basketball
Girlfriend,
player.
I tell you.
Yeah.
No.
He's such an ass. What? What are you on TV?
But aren't you
for?
with him? Well, yes. Well,
Yeah. Well, he does buy me my dresses.
yeah.
Buys my
And my
clothes.
shoes.
Yeah. He got everything I'm wearing right now.
He got that money.
Yeah. I don't work or nothing.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh.
Let me vomit.
Yeah. The show should be called Gold Diggers.
Yeah, I know. I think there's a show name.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Basketball Gold Diggers.
Yeah.
New name.
Well, they had the baseball one too. Believe it or not, the baseball
Baseball
wives.
Wives?
Yeah. What's her name? That Brent Benson guy, that pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
He had that smoking white chick.
Yeah.
Boy, she aged bad. I don't know if you've seen her
Like
lately.
milk.
Oof.
She aged like milk, not wine, yeah.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say she turned from a MILF to old age to old milk.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, oof. And this is one of those things. But yeah, so let's get to this Hall of Fame ballot. It's only because we have time. That's one reason why
Yeah.
I went all over the place. Okay, well, this is gonna be one of these interesting years. I always feel like they do it because it's money involved. To me, if there's nobody that stands out, then don't vote for nobody.
Yeah.
It goes to any sport, but they do it because people come and
Yeah,
sightseeing makes money for Cooperstown
Yeah.
or whatever, NBA or
Yeah,
football.
it makes the sport look good.
Whatever. But here it is. All right, here's the class for this year. You got Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Craig Biggio, if you remember him, David Wells, Mike Stanton, 2 guys I love, but they're not Hall of Famers, I'm sorry. Roger Clemens, Mike Piazza, Kurt Schilling, Kenny Lofton, and this made me laugh only because, he must have ranked a lot. I guess he got a lot of saves, but I just didn't realize it. Jose Mesa. Remember Jose Mesa?
He's in there?
Yeah, he's eligible. Well, you know what it is? If you put a certain amount of time, and I think you have decent type of stats, I think you're eligible for the Hall of Fame for at least the first few years.
Yeah.
And then you get taken off if you don't
they
get
kinda just
voted
don't
a
see
certain
outside.
amount of votes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I forgot what the percentage is, whatever. Like I said, I'm not a real stock guy.
It's going to be interesting with Barry Bonds and Clemens and Sosa.
Here's my thing. Okay. You take away the steroids, would Barry Bonds and Clemens be Hall of Fame? Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't need the steroids, but yet they did it. So to me, they deserve it. But I'm not saying they're first ballot. I think they shouldn't be voted for the next few years. And, okay, people say, well, it wasn't a strict rule then so they didn't really technically break the rule, but it's still illegal.
Yeah,
It's
you
still
can't
illegal.
Just use steroids and be like, oh, well,
I mean-
back then it wasn't a rule.
I mean, I know there's no rules in baseball. If you murder somebody, you're out of the Hall of Fame, but you know it's bad. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's to me, okay, this is my thing. Sammy Sosa don't deserve it regardless. To me, don't deserve it regardless, Sammy Sosa.
Other than that one
Because
season,
he's
what did
definitely,
he do?
yeah. Well, a few years. Actually, from 98 to like 2000 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
He actually put up 60s in homers and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it's because of the Jews. Because before him, I don't even know him. He was with the White Sox, the
Yeah, he was with
Rangers.
the White Sox.
Rangers.
The Rangers, the White Sox, or was it the other way around?
Well, whatever. I think it was the White Sox Rangers. We don't know.
and then he went to the Cubs,
Yeah.
and he had like what, like you
3
said,
years
2
at least of
two,
Hall of
3
Fame
seasons?
numbers, but it was because of the Jews. Greg Biggio, a lot of talk has been, well, maybe he did, but it was never proven.
Yeah,
What do you think about Craig Biggio? Would you vote for him if you were a writer, baseball writer? You have to really think about that, right?
I do.
Even though he hasn't been proven. But Clemens is different because of technicality.
Yeah,
Let's be honest, that's bullcrap.
yeah.
I had an argument with my former radio partner, Ryan Braun, when that happened earlier this year, when he was not, he was free from charges, quote
Yeah.
unquote, because of a technicality, because it stayed in the office for a day and wasn't sent out FedEx or whatever it was. Oh, he's innocent. And I was like, dude, is it because he's Jewish that he didn't like that too much because he's a Jewish guy?
Yeah.
But it was like, I called him out and said, dude, so how come you're not saying that with Clemens? Oh, he got technicality too,
Yeah,
right? How come you're not? Oh, Clemens is free.
yeah, no, because everyone wants to beat Clemens up.
Yeah, Brian
I
Braun
just-
should have been suspended,
my
right? He
thing-
should have been suspended.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He
It
should've
wasn't
been
like
suspended.
what you think they doctored the freaking test?
Yeah, right. They pulled his aside and they were looking around and slipped something in it.
Yeah, come on. It was Rafael Palmeiro again. I did not do steroids.
Yeah. Well,
And now he
Clemens
got away with
denied
it. Yeah.
And so did Barry Bonds.
Because they have an ego.
Yeah.
Those two have real freaking egos.
Barry Bonds, I didn't do it. I'm like, Barry Bonds, I remember when you played out in freaking San
Pittsburgh.
Francisco. Yeah,
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh.
yeah.
Your head was like this big.
No, and
now
you're
your
skinny.
head's this big, and you
And-
were skinny. Now you're like this Mr. Potato Head looking guy, and you're gonna tell me you're not on roids? Get out of here.
Clemens too. He got
Yeah. No, I just get bigger and better the older I get.
I mean, okay, he had that workout regimen, which was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That helped Pettit, by the way. And look at what happened. He took some sort of steroids.
Yeah.
so-
What do you say? Oh, I just rubbed it on my elbow.
Yeah, whatever. No, that sounded like what's his name said. Sheffield. Some oil. Remember when
Yeah.
Gary Sheffield said that?
No, I just rubbed it.
Not an idiot. But anyway, okay, so Biggio, would you vote for him? He hasn't been proven. There's been rumors.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. What do you think? You have to look at his numbers, I would think, right?
I'd go by numbers. I go by numbers and consistency.
But to me, you have to think about it. Is he not a Hall of Famer?
I don't know.
If you have to think about it, then I'd say no.
I don't know. I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, me either. Okay, let's skip Wells and Stan. I love them, but they're not Hall of Famer. Now, Clemens, like I said, he's obviously cheated. I don't care what anybody said.
No, he did. I'd put him in anyway.
But not right now. Would you put him in now, though? Is the question.
Nah, maybe a couple years later.
Would same thing with Bonson? Be the same
Yeah.
thing? Would you wait a few years?
And you know what's funny is Bonds and Clemens, they were kind of like when I was growing up, like that's who was big, and like I know a lot of people in sports like, oh, those are my childhood, like those are the guys I watched growing up. Like
Yeah, that
they're-
hurts them.
They could do no wrong, and I'm
Well,
like,
I don't think. Yeah.
I'm like,
well,
no, dude, you did roids.
Yeah, dude, come on.
I'm
You
not.
can't-
I don't give a crap what you did in it statistically.
Yeah, exactly.
You did steroids, dude. It's all asterisk.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't. I'll maybe in a couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, I hold no hard feelings against them. Whatever you do, what you do. I'm. Just,
Yeah,
but-
exactly.
I don't know. It's. I don't. I'm not. No. This is their first ballot,
Nah.
right?
Oh yeah, well, it's the first time.
No. Nah.
Yeah,
Give it a couple years.
but
You know what? But you know, honestly, Clemens, I feel like I would do it more for Clemens than Bonds, simply because Bonds denied it, and like there was like it was like, oh, you know, Barry Bonds, he's denying steroid use, and oh, he did it, and it was like maybe like 2 or 3 months that it was Barry Bonds, and it's like Roger Clemens is like years now, and it's like people still just ride him for it, and it's like I would do it mainly just to stick it to the people that are still on his case, just like shut up, like it is what it is. He did it. Get over it. You know, does it really affect you in any way, shape, or form that he did steroids? No.
No, it's just like I've heard talk where there was only white players in baseball. Mm-hmm. Do you hold it against them with their stats when there wasn't black players or Latino players?
No.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My
That's-
point is, you know, but like I said, it's a little different. I know because that wasn't their fault. That happened. It was the management of baseball and the way the world was back then. But personally, with me, those two guys, Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, I would vote for them, but just not right now.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
5 years. Or 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'll go with you 100%.
You know?
But I feel like I would put Clemens in before I'd put Bonds in.
But Clemens was just an asshole as Bonds was.
Oh, he was an asshole.
So I don't know how is that different.
But I just feel like because Barry Bonds, he was a douche the whole time.
Oh, he was. Ben always was, always will be.
But at the same time, I feel like he was just kind of like, after a couple months, people were just like, all right, whatever. Like
no one cares after a while.
But Clemens still gets it. He's still like, they still rag on him, and it's like,
well, they wasted taxpayers' money.
Exactly.
And look what happened. But they didn't have enough evidence.
That's
the only reason why he got off. It wasn't because he didn't do it.
I know. He did it.
He did it. Trust me.
I'm not saying he didn't do it.
They didn't have enough proof that he did it.
Exactly. So I mean, come on, just let it go. Like, people are too like. I get it. You have a love for the game. I fully understand. Like, I love sports as much as the next guy, but it's not really personally affecting you.
Your life.
Yeah.
It's not making you money.
It's not making. You didn't lose any money.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You're betting.
Yeah, maybe you did.
But that's why maybe most of these fans get pissed.
Okay. You lost
not all of them,
on
but most
game.
of them, you know.
Yeah, so, I mean, just come on. Let the guy. Yes, he's a liar. He did what he did. Move on.
Yeah.
You wouldn't hold this against a family member this long. You wouldn't hold it against a family friend.
Depends what they did, though.
Okay.
They screwed your wife. No,
that's a different story.
Okay.
But this guy wasn't going door to door. Hey, you home? Let me bang your wife.
Fit your Hall of Fame here.
Yeah. First ballot, maybe. No, but he's just, come on, just let it, like, steroids in sports has been there since before it was a problem. And now all of a sudden it's, no, you can't do it because it's a performance-enhancing drug. Okay, granted. But yet, what's considered a performance-enhancing drug? You stripped a gold medalist in the Olympics, a snowboarder, for using performance-enhancing drugs, and the drug that was supposedly performance-enhancing was marijuana. Was there a Hershey bar at the end of the freaking finish line? Is that why he was performance-enhanced?
Well,
I'm sorry, I've never smoked pot in my life, but I have friends. I'm not going to name anyone, but who used to and still smoke. They are not increasing any performance.
If
Maybe
anything,
video games and snack time, but that's about it. Maybe a nap.
If anything, it'll decrease their performance.
Yeah.
So you give him even more credit.
I would give him 2 gold medals.
Yeah.
Like, you won high?
Dude, high five.
Yeah, a high five. Here's a Snickers.
And where'd you get your weed at? Because that's some good weed for you today.
Yeah, you won a gold medal and you were high. Where's your dealer?
Yeah, I know.
Like, come on. It's
well, yeah, because you have the performance enhancing, like, there's sometimes where someone gets caught and it's a drink they use, but they didn't know. See, but that's the thing.
There's so many different chemicals and so many different things. How are you supposed to know?
How you know
everything? And
they could have steroids in, you don't know.
Yeah,
that's why you have to be real careful.
Well, that's what. Not too long ago, a NASCAR driver got in trouble for that. He, AJ, I think it was AJ Allmendinger.
Yeah, are you a big NASCAR guy?
I watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch. Like, I'll watch the races. But I couldn't tell you how many wins everyone has.
I'm sorry. I can't watch them doing left turns.
Yeah.
If it was different roads they go through, like Baja, whatever they call it.
They have like 2 road tracks, which are fun to watch.
Yeah.
But I mean, I watch it just because sometimes it's
crashes.
On
let's be honest. You
yeah,
want
I'll give you that. Yeah. But then again, when it goes into football season, I'll turn it on when there's like a boring game on.
Yeah.
Like
really?
Like if there's if the Jets are playing at like 1 and the Giants are playing the night game, or they're playing Monday, or they have a bye, and there's like a 4:00 game, and I just really don't care. NASCAR.
Gotcha.
Or even if none of the teams that I want to watch are playing at 1:00, NASCAR. It's a Sunday. What else is there on TV?
Yeah. You go watch it. You catch it with your DVR or something.
I could.
Yeah.
But I'll just watch it then and there. And
got any TV shows you like?
Walking Dead.
Okay, I've heard a lot of good things about it.
And I'm a huge wrestling fan.
I was just going to get into that.
Huge wrestling fan.
Now, let me ask you something. See, when we have our show, we'll talk about everything, by the way. Mm-hmm. Even wrestling. And since you brought that up, I'm glad you did.
I noticed Triple H shirt.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. There you go. And yes, I wore my, what you call it, Randy Orton shirt. The one with the mask with the snake eyes.
Yeah. I wore my CM Punk shirt to work.
Love CM Punk. Do you love
Best
CM?
in the world.
Thank you. Which one? You had the new shirt, the one that looks like detergent.
No,
Yeah, the
no,
yellow.
no. I have the white one.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah, best in the world. Yeah.
Yep.
The one after that was not too bad too. The one looked like a Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
Thing with the gray. You know, born in '78. You know.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah, but
established.
I have the old white one.
Yeah, I love that one. Though.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into this. Okay, this is just in general. Okay. Now it's great that they gave CM Punk this long title reign. He deserved it, especially when he speaks his mind. By the way, you ever saw that Blu-ray of his?
Yes, I did.
Wasn't it awesome?
It was great.
It's great. I still have to finish watching the match part of it. I watched
I watched the whole
feature.
thing. I didn't watch the matches. I watched the thing. Yeah.
Oh, it was freaking awesome. You know what's funny? They do their DVDs better than their storylines in the freaking.
They do, which is really bad.
Ain't that sad?
Well, see, here's the thing too: is WWE obviously put out his DVD.
Yes,
he's under contract with that,
and I guess I gave him carte blanche. She said, "Listen, you can say what you want with a certain extent,
and you can put whoever you want in it because Colt Cabana's in there." Now, Colt Cabana is an independent wrestler.
And how cool is it? They had the Ring of Honor clips.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought they weren't going to have that.
He
that was
had
awesome.
to have like free roam on that DVD.
Oh yeah,
put that
and they thanked
them
at we thank Ring of Honor for giving.
Yeah,
that was cool, right?
Because
when I heard about that, I was like, yeah, but they're gonna put Ring of Honor and
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
The only thing they didn't put him when he was in what you call it TNA. Because he was in TNA.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
Yeah, I know. But
he was in TNA for like a minute.
Yeah, true.
It was not very long.
Before they were in Tampa, they used to have it in Kentucky somewhere.
Yeah.
It was called the Asylum or something.
Some small thing.
Yeah.
Moved down to
Tampa. He had blonde hair,
Yeah.
He has so many different looks. It's not even funny. But like I said, it was a great DVD. I love the fact they still, have him as a champion. And I've read a few things where he might have the belt all the way to WrestleMania. Now, give me a concept on this. This is what I've read. I follow on Facebook WWE Needs CM Punk. And it's basically, I don't know if it's an inside guy, but he gives his scenarios, what he's heard or stuff like that. Okay, two things could happen from here on out. Now, we all agree that Ryback ain't going to win TLC, which I'll be there, by the way, in Brooklyn.
Really? I wanted to go.
It's awesome. Yeah. So I'm lucky to go into that. There's no way Ryback. And do you like Ryback? Let's be honest. He's one of those Vince McMahon type stereotypes. Big muscle bound guy.
There's nothing to like. There's no personality. There's nothing.
Feed me. No. Yeah. I
mean, don't get me wrong. It's cool to watch him.
It's another Goldberg.
Just run through people. Exactly. It's a Goldberg ripoff.
Yeah, it's stupid. Oh, Batista type.
Yeah. Come on. He started off wrestling jobbers.
Yeah, you remember?
He was beating up these they're like, handicap match. And I'm like, okay, who's he fighting? And they're like,
how long they did with that?
Bobby Smith and John
whoever
Smith from
Jack
around the
Jerkoff,
corner. Yeah, whoever we could find in the parking lot that has wrestling. Gear,
that was so stupid. And then it's like, okay, I like the fact, they give him a shot. Now, the only reason he got this shot because Cena got hurt. Remember, he hurt his elbow or whatever. But, hey, they give him up too. That's fine. And I think CM Punk is a part of it, too, because CM Punk, like he says in his DVD, he likes to have the young guys get a shot.
Yeah.
That's where you see Ryder, who
Zack Ryder. I like Zack.
He's all right.
Yeah.
I couldn't do without him. I don't hate him, but I don't.
Yeah, he's kind of there.
Just like Santino.
Santino.
They don't use him enough. They could have done better with that. Yeah. And that's my point right here. Is that I love that CM Punk is kind of like a bad guy again, but I think they're not doing it better. I don't like that they making him like he's a bitch.
Yeah,
like he's a coward.
Is.
You know what I mean?
That's
I don't like.
I don't
like that. I don't like that. I like they should have like when he was with Nexus when he was a leader. Like I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
Type. I thought he'd be more on the mic, which he's great on the mic.
Oh, he's fantastic.
And I love that he's with Paul Heyman. I thought that was gonna be awesome. But I also said, let's see how they screwed this up, and they kind of screwed it up a little bit.
He's a bitch. You nailed it on the head. That's what he is.
And he's a bitch. And I don't like that they done that. I guess he's just going along with it because I guess eventually, he sees what pays the bills, and I guess that's it.
But
to a certain point, he could be so outspoken.
But
I love him.
Greatest.
He's great.
He's great.
Look at Daniel Bryan. I mean, another guy that they should use better. I mean, it's funny with the no. But after a while, I was like, okay, he can wrestle. The dude can wrestle, dude.
He can wrestle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
He's great.
I mean, they should have had him. I mean, he did have the world title very briefly, but a few months, but. They kind of screwed him with the 18-second thing. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That was kind of messed up.
He had the U.S. title, the World Heavyweight title. He's a tag team. I think he had the Intercontinental for a little bit. I don't remember
that part. Maybe you're right about that.
But I know he had the U.S. title. He's the tag team champion now.
Yeah.
And he's had the
Yeah, so
world heavyweight.
now this whole thing, it's just, everyone. I think. Do you agree? You can't stand Cena as much as I do.
I could care less.
He's just a corporate.
He's so fed by the machine that WWE is that it's sickening.
Now, is it me or do I? I'm not saying he's a bad guy. Obviously he's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
He's a cool guy.
A great guy outside of the ring.
Yeah, it's just that he's that type of guy that if a writer comes to him and say, "Okay, this is what we want to do with you," that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't see him challenging the storylines at all.
Punk did.
HBK did.
I'll be honest. Punk
Remember that?
changed the face of the WWE.
Yeah, but it could have been better if they would have done it right.
If they would have gave him more free roam, it would have been fantastic.
It would have been almost like another Stone Cold. Not that it would be as great as Stone Cold, but
yeah, you can't. I don't think you can.
No, that's an era that
the Attitude Era
we'll never see again.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I gotta get that Blu-ray.
Yeah, I want it.
Oh, that's like one of those great times.
That was
ECW. Then
Yeah. Oh, ECW was amazing back in its day.
I wasn't a big WCW guy, to be honest. How about you? During those times, NWO and all that. I love Scott Hall. I love Scott Hall.
Did you see his 30 for 30?
Scott Hall?
Yeah.
No. When was this?
Oh, it was great.
When did they show that?
It's recent.
Oh crap! What was the name of it?
It was just the 30 for 30 Scott Hall. I don't know.
Why would they did Scott Hall for?
Because his drug problems and stuff.
Oh wow! It was all on him. About him, the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
30 for 30. I don't know what the name.
Crap! I didn't know that.
I don't know what the name of his part is, but if you go on YouTube, they have the whole thing.
Oh, cool! You don't know the name of it though. Right?
You can just type in
if I put Scott Hall.
If you type in 30 for 30 Scott Hall, it'll come up.
Oh, I gotta watch that. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Dude, it was great.
Really?
His son's getting into wrestling now.
Oh, word.
And he's like,
how's he doing, by the way?
He's clean now.
Oh, that's good. How long has he been clean? Did they say?
Not very long, but
because remember with X-Pac, did he almost kill himself or something?
Scott Hall?
No, X-Pac. What's his name?
Sean Waltman.
Yeah. He had an issue. Him too.
I know he's clean now.
Yeah, he's clean. They had him back a couple of times.
Yeah, he was back for the 1000th episode.
Yeah, that was
the
cool.
whole DX. So that was awesome.
Cool. That was awesome, right?
The
real DX.
Yeah, Scott Hall. No, Scott Hall. I
loved it.
He looks. He's really.
Oof.
You can tell he's just been through
the drugs
more.
And
but
he looked like a cartoon character.
He does.
Like a bad guy cartoon character.
Yeah, I love Scott Hall.
Oh yeah,
Razor's Edge. Woo.
Yeah, I loved him. Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah. Hey yo. But yeah, he. I mean, he's kind of he's all right with his son wrestling.
Okay.
He's kind of like, yeah, if this is what you want to do it. He's more mad that he said, my son's got everything that he needs to be a pro wrestler, except he's got his dad's last name.
Wow.
That's what he said. And I'm like, you know what? It is as hard as that is, probably for him to say, it's right. He's right.
Well, not that, I'm not a father, but I think if you're a real man, you're a father, you want your son to be better than you. That's the whole point.
Yeah. Well, no, he's not saying that he doesn't want him to be better. He's just saying it's going to be hard for him to get into the business and people to trust him because of the name. Because of the reputation.
They might use it against his son. Like, in other words, they might leave him down. Yeah, they screw him over.
He's like, I really don't want that to hold him back.
And then he'll be like, damn it, because of me.
Yeah.
Because I stepped over the line so many times.
Exactly. And you know what was cool with the 30 for 30 was Stephanie McMahon was in it.
Oh, really? Talking
about how the WWE, because the WWE, once you sign a contract with them, if you ever go to rehab, even if you're not under contract with them anymore, like if you leave or something and like you go to rehab or something, no matter how many times the rest of your life, they'll pay for it. That's cool. And Stephanie McMahon was saying that it's in the six figures of the amount of money they've spent sending Scott Hall to rehab. Wow. 6 figures. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Even for them, yeah, they're billionaires. That's a lot of money. Yeah. Still, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They said it's the most they've spent on anyone. And you got to think Jeff Hardy was there.
Oh, he's a big name. Forget about it. That's a guy that threw his career down the toilet.
Yeah, now he's in TNA. And
I used to watch TNA, but I stopped since last year. Because it got stupid.
I watched TNA when they had the Octagon ring.
Oh, okay.
And then they changed it to the regular ring.
Because of Bischoff coming in with Hogan.
And I watched it still. And
but it got stupid with the, what was that group called again? You know, the I forgot, not the whatever it was, with Styles. Styles is talented.
I like Styles. AJ
it's
Styles.
Amazing. If AJ Styles ever got a chance to hit big time, like if he ever came to WWE and they used him right, he'd be a main eventer.
Oh, there was, man, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of their names.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But there was
the
two
Immortals?
groups. Yeah, but there was another group too.
Yeah.
With they did the four like this.
Yeah.
It was like the wannabe Four Horsemen, but it was called Ric Flair, I forgot. But you know what I'm talking about. But then it got stupid because then it got the storylines got bad and the wrestling got bad. And I lost track since March last year.
Is Kurt Angle still there? Do you know?
I have no idea. That's a guy that had a lot of issues too. That's why WWE they let him go because he had those.
But I like Samoa Joe. I think Samoa Joe should go to WWE.
And CM Punk has worked with him back in the day, and that would be awesome. See, this is what I'm talking about. They do this right.
Yeah, they do.
WWE could be so much better.
They need better writers.
First of all, change the belt. It's a John Cena belt. All I see is John Cena when I see that belt.
I hate that belt.
It's the worst belt. It says champ, not champion. You know, it's like it's an ugly belt.
It's stupid.
I know it don't spin no more, thank God, but it looks stupid, man.
It does.
I thought when CM Punk became champion, I was hoping, please change the belt. You know, just like Austin had the skull belt or something. You know, something cool. It would have been nice, but you know,
maybe Edge had his own belt for a little bit.
Oh, who did? Oh, yeah, but it was the same belt except it had the rated R. Yeah. But it was the same belt.
It was the same belt, but yeah,
they just changed the middle of it. But yeah, man, just I don't know. Cena is just a guy, and I remember hearing him one time when he was on Howard Stern, like a couple years back. He don't care if Vince McMahon uses his name and keeps his name, or you know, how, like what the Rock trademark his name.
Yeah.
As long as he has, you know, because he's appreciative what he has. It's like, okay, well that's fine, but there has to be something that you didn't like.
Yeah.
Again, like they switch it.
You're a human being, and eventually you gotta be like,
dude, the storyline. Okay, I give him credit for not being an arrogant guy.
Yeah.
There's things he's done where he has lost to people like Punk. That great Money in the Bank in Chicago was one of my favorite.
Oh, what a match!
The atmosphere.
When Punk won and hopped into the crowd.
One of the greatest moments ever.
Nuts.
Wasn't that?
He blew the kiss to McMahon and left.
And they could have done so much. And then in a Comic-Con, it was all over YouTube when he went to Triple H. Because Triple H was doing QA. He goes, hey, I got a question. And I don't know if you ever saw that.
No.
Oh, it was awesome. This was during the convention in San Diego, I think it was last year.
Yeah.
And he just walks in, and it was like a freaking promo. You know, he's going, when you're going to realize that the real WWE champion's here. Because remember, and he said, well, we could talk a contract with it. You have to look at it. If you look it up, it was hilarious.
I'm going to check it out.
Because the guy followed him from the back. So obviously it was a guy he knew, something. But it was great. And the crowd was into it. Yeah, and it could have been done so much better if they let him be a little bit more of a rebel. And, I don't know, change the belt.
Well, the cool thing about Punk, and I love it, is that he is who he is.
Yeah, he is who he is.
What he's outside, what he is in the ring is what he is outside.
Yeah. With the minus the
with the
coward,
cockiness.
the
cocky.
Yeah, he's not really like that.
The cockiness.
He is cocky in a way, though.
He is. Oh, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
he
it's
has confidence
toned
abilities.
down, and he's not a coward outside the ring.
Yeah, I know.
This new role they have him playing where he's like, oh, let me run away from everything.
And now they have people helping him win. I don't like that too
those
much.
3 guys.
Yeah,
but
the Shield now they call it.
I'm pretty sure Marvel's out there going, where's our paycheck?
yeah, right. Was it Nick Fury?
Yeah, but no, I mean, I don't know. It's really weird. Like that shot that he did last year, where he sat down on the ramp and
that's the biggest moment since 316.
Do you seen the DVD where he said the writers just gave me the mic?
Yeah, I know.
Everything he said was what he wanted to say.
Well, I knew from that moment that was real.
Yeah,
I mean, you knew it was.
It was staged to the point where they knew he was going out there to say something,
but
they didn't know what he was saying.
I don't know if it was real to cut off his mic.
No, I think they cut it off because I think time.
Vince McMahon
McMahon was like, "Whoa!"
I didn't know about the bullying part. Remember that bullying, that star thing? Yeah,
because he was like, "You want to hear a story?" And they were like,
that was there, and that was amazing that he didn't know to the night of that pay per view that he was gonna come back. He didn't know.
Yeah,
he signed that contract that night. Ain't that amazing?
And he didn't tell anyone either.
No,
he just.
Well, we will have to wrap up, unfortunately, because it's almost 4:00 and someone else is going to use the studio, and I don't want take up anybody's time. But this has been awesome. And all right, you know what? I'm going to say it. You have the job, dude.
Awesome. Sweet.
I want to say right here so we can save this.
Nice.
I think the intangibles you bring, especially the wrestling part and the camouflage, I think it's perfect.
Awesome.
So I want to know. I want you face to face to know.
Sweet.
And we can save this. Hopefully, if we get big down the line, we can play this.
Yeah. I'm saving this. I'm gonna put this on there, definitely.
So this is we're gonna think of a name.
Yeah.
We'll think. Yeah, I'm not. We'll think about what name. Real quickly, you think of anything? Someone would, see, but the thing is, I know it should be a nickname thing, like the Wolfie, or it should be a name of a show. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what do you think about that? I mean, we got time. I mean, not time now, but
Yeah, no, I mean, we'll figure it out.
yeah,
Why not? We'll figure something out.
yeah.
I mean,
My only problem with you is that you like all New York sports teams. Like, you have to pick a team, dude.
all right, I'll go home and I'm gonna sit there.
I'm not saying.
I'm gonna.
Dude, you have the job. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna
that
go
you-
home and I'm gonna be like,
No.
because I feel
No.
the same way. There's got to be.
But in a way, it's good because you're just objective. You know what to pick.
yeah.
You know, it's not like you one way.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, the Yankees playing the Mets, I'm going Yankees. The Rangers playing the Islanders, I'm going Rangers.
Yeah, I got you.
So I have my teams, but I mean, more for the most part.
Yeah. Well, let's get going. Just in case someone's waiting. So this is the AC and the Wolfie. We'll be back. Hopefully next week we'll start something or whatever, and we'll find out when we do a show. And when we know, you know, trust me, because you'll be able to hear it that night.
Yep.
Not live yet, but
Not live,
it'll
but
be podcast.
it'll be maybe an hour old.
So this is James Acevedo along with Wolfgang Farrow. Is that correct?
Pharaoh, yes.
Oh, like a Pharaoh, like the Egyptian. That's right.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Later.